rappers. If I send addresses, they gon' come and straight.
What it is, it's your boys Deuce, Teddy, and LaQuel reporting with the facts, opinions, and BS straight from the top of the key. What's good?
What's up? What's up? What's up, man?
Chilling, chilling, man. I'm talking about, you know, I had basketball on in every room, just going every room. And if I'm outside of a room that ain't got a TV, it's on my phone. I'm outside, it's on my phone. If I can look at it, I'm looking at it. If I can watch it, I mean, listen to it, I'm listening to it. That's just what it is, man. Gotta stay tuned with the basketball. It's playoff season.
Yeah,
Playoff
playoff
season.
basketball.
So yeah, buddy. Uh, they went ahead and released. I know we talked last time of who we thought would be the end of the year NBA award finalists. They went ahead and released it for each category. So I just
Yep.
want to go ahead and talk about that real quick.
All right.
So for coach of the year, they got JB Bickerstaff, Emmy Adoka, and Kenny Atkinson. That's what we said. We knew JB Bickerstaff having the like one of the NBA's worst teams in the league, and then getting them to be a top team in the league, a way better, significantly better team. We knew he was going to be up there, especially such a young cast. And then Kenny Atkinson having one of the arguably, the best team in the NBA, or one of the best teams in the NBA, the best team in the East, as far as ranked number one. We knew that was going to be up there, but then we scratched our heads, and I think you actually mentioned M.A. Udoka as being a top one of the top coaches with the Rockets, and I
Yeah.
concur.
Two in the West.
Yeah. So we definitely hit the nail on the head with that one, my boy. Six man of the year, Peyton Pritchard, Ty Jerome, Malik Beasley. We mentioned them. I'm not sure. Oh, the Russell Westbrooks. We did bring up Russell Westbrook. So I don't think we mentioned Malik Beasley. We mentioned Russell Westbrook, but I did throw Ty Jerome out there. Because I actually look at Ty Jerome, especially when the Cavs smacked us up. I was like, I wish we would have kept him because that feistiness, that
Playing right
that
now.
level of, huh?
How he's playing right now. That boy got like 30 right now.
Exactly. I saw that when he was on the Warriors. Like he had that to him. On the Cavs, they let him be that. So
Yeah, definitely,
I
definitely like
definitely, definitely wish we would have done something with him, but time goes on. So big ups to Malik Beasley, Peyton Pritchard, and Ty Jerome. Most improved player of the year. This one we struggled on. We finished with this one and we struggled on it. I can't remember who we said, but the finalists, you got Zubac, Cade Cunningham, and Dyson Daniels. And when I went back and I looked at it, I was like, yeah, I don't know why we struggle so much. But sometimes it's hard to see somebody go from like, let's say 22 points per game to 25 points per game and be like, oh, that's a great improvement. But we're not really looking at their impact and all the other numbers. So I can see that with Cade, because regardless what his numbers look like this year, his performance on the court, his availability on the court, and his teams, the result of how his team went through the season is a testament to his improvement. So big ups to Dyson Daniels, Zubac, Cade Cunningham, Defensive Player of the Year. Gotta say my boy name first. Draymond Green is a finalist. He look. Hey, I know players been doing it, but I'm gonna take my hat off to Jalen Brown because Jalen Brown put on a campaign for himself last year, and he reaped the rewards of getting MVP and Finals MVP. Draymond Green went and started campaigning for himself, put some respect on his name because once he said it, you had to go look at what he was talking about. Like, let's see what this guy's talking about because I don't see it. And quite frankly, up until that point, I don't really think I heard Draymond's Green name in the Defensive Player of the Year, especially not as much as it had been the closing weeks of the year. So Draymond Green, Evan Mobley, Dyson Daniels, we hit the nail on the head with that one. That was the easy one. I think there was some other honorable mentions that we could have put out there, but I think the league got this one right. Rookie of the year, Risha Shea, Stephen Castle, Stephon Castle, my bad, and Jalen Wills on the Memphis Grizzlies. So Um, I think hands down the top two would have been Stephon Castle and oh buddy, what's his name?
If he ain't
McCain
get
from the
injured.
Sixers because McCain was balling. McCain was balling. So I would have gave it to them two as the top two. Um, I think it's gonna be a runaway with Stephon Castle, but big ups to them young bulls getting out there balling, etching their name in NBA history. And
Raining
MVP,
super
MVP.
hard here.
You said what?
This weather just picked up super hard here.
Oh shit, Tan them had tornadoes up that way. You know that's right outside where y'all at.
Yeah, it's just picked up. I can. You don't hear
It's funny because we on 2K, and the whole
that?
time we on 2K, me and Ty just vibing on 2K, laughing, talking shit. The whole time we playing, Tay like, oh shit, hey man, I think it's finna tornado. Yeah.
Bruh.
Like the
You ain't
whole
never
time we
seen the
playing, I could
basketball.
imagine he was looking just like you. He's like, I think that bitch about to drop. I'm like, Tay, you got a smartphone, bro? Yeah. I'm like, just get on the weather app, bro, and look and see. Now I got to explain to him the difference between a tornado warn and tornado watch, and he's sitting there just the whole time we playing. It's about 30 minutes straight. I think it's gonna be a tornado. Damn. And then why would y'all pass me the ball? I'm like, why wouldn't we? You open. Yeah, I'm out here looking out the window, seeing if a tornado finna touch down. I'm like, how the fuck we supposed to know that? We don't see you. I was telling he was worried about it the whole time. Sure enough, by the time the game ended, I went and jumped on my phone, looked it up. I said, "Yeah, yeah, I got a tornado watch. I got tornadoes there." And it was like right, probably like 15, 20, maybe 30 minutes outside of his town or whatever. So I imagine that weather was gonna get to y'all. Hopefully y'all just get the storms and whatever, the wind, the storms. Y'all don't get all the extra activity because y'all had enough that one month. Y'all was out there getting toe up. Yeah, MVP. Um, you already know. I think this was one of the easiest ones to pick. SGA, Jokic, and Giannis. I don't know what Jason Tatum has to do in order to get up in that conversation, but at this point, Jason Tatum, leave it alone. Get you some postseason MVPs, which I think you can very much do. Um, I don't think they're gonna rob you this year. I don't think you would allow them to rob you this year. And from what I seen tonight, the way Jalen Brown was talking to you, kind of nudging you to be like, go do that. Go do that. I think Jalen Brown probably gonna nudge you and help you understand how to exude that attitude towards like, don't play with me. You know who I am. Like hit him with that KD, like, you know who I am. Kevin Durant. Like hit him with that. So, but yeah, so big ups to everybody. Hat off to everybody. Appreciate y'all for putting on an entertaining year of basketball. What you got, Quill?
Definitely a good year of basketball. Looking forward to seeing how these performances translate. All of these performances translate to this postseason.
Yeah. And before we even get into the playoff talk for real, I just want to say I really appreciate having a healthy playoffs. Like I'm looking at the who's in, who's out, and yesterday everybody played outside of D-Lil, like the big names for real. Everybody played outside of Damian Lillard, and Damian Lillard popped out. He was there. Probably had Glorilla, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying he hooked up with Glorilla, but Glorilla, she fond of Dame Lillard, so she probably popped out at the game because she seen he was there. But yeah, like I appreciated that today. All the stars played. Everybody, some of them ain't do shit when they touched that court. But all the stars popped out, showed up, and I appreciate that because too often we start the postseason with teams that are just struggling, decapitated. So I appreciate y'all for doing whatever y'all did this year to give us a star-filled postseason.
Yeah, one thing about this postseason, most every team, their main star is healthy.
Most every team is healthy. Like
Yeah,
when you
most
look at the Heat,
yeah, they main people healthy. Like
not even just
last
that, just pretty much everybody. Look at the Heat. They got Kevin Love out. He the only person. Kevin Love been out all season. You look at the Lakers. They got Max Kleber out. Max Kleber ain't played a game as a Laker.
Yeah,
It's like you got Jaden Ivey out, which is a main person on the Detroit Pistons, but he ain't played like half the
wait,
season.
yeah.
So it's like you got those, you got D Lillard out for the Bucks. We talked about that, and maybe one other person, but beside that, that's
Most
like,
everybody is healthy, bro.
yeah, like you look
They,
and you gonna
they
see
go.
only names that probably won't populate the people that's out until next season type shit.
Like,
Like,
bro, they like all the stars are playing. Kawhi playing. Everybody in the NBA except like the people that's not on, and like KD and them didn't make it.
yeah,
Embiid and them and been injured all year. But like other than that, the stars are playing 40 minutes,
yeah,
bro. Like, we get to watch good basketball, star on star, two stars on, yeah, like the whole Nuggets coming out there, the whole
yeah.
Rockets coming out there, the Warriors putting everybody on the floor, bro. Like we hooping. So this
Oh
gonna
yeah.
be Lakers, like LeBron and everybody gonna be on that floor. You get smacked, it wasn't no it what you got smacked, bro.
I
Like you
don't
get
want to
smacked,
hear it.
you got smacked.
I don't want to hear it. You damn
Yeah,
right.
like, no, we ain't had like Jimmy was like, if I would have been out there, no, bro. Everybody out there, you get smacked. Like the Memphis boys got smacked this earlier. You get
Mm.
smacked. Y'all on the floor with Baines on the floor with Triple J on the floor.
So since you already done got us in there, you like my background?
Yeah.
NBA playoffs, baby, NBA playoffs. So let's go ahead and get into it so we ain't got to hold back. But before we dive into the specifics, I got some questions. I want to talk about a couple of things. So today is going to wrap up round one, game one for the NBA playoffs. So by the end of the day, we'll have seen all the game ones for round one in the NBA playoffs. So my question for us to talk about the first one is, what was the most disappointing game one that you've seen so far? We only got one left out there: the Golden State Warriors versus the Houston Rockets.
Um, I think the Memphis game.
Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like it was a letdown, but it wasn't like for one side, it looked like, oh snap, them boys is clicking. And for the other side, it looked like, bro, I would have much rather seen DeRozan. I would much rather see somebody else out there. Cause
It's
y'all
funny.
think right now. Now,
It,
because of who it is that I'm talking about, I know Baines will go get him 30. I know
yeah.
Jock can go give you 30. I know Jipper J can give you 20 and you know what I'm saying, 3 blocks. So I know they just had a bad game, but today y'all stink. Y'all trash. Y'all look trash. Y'all look like y'all the Rockets, your young team out there that wasn't ready.
So I looked at it and I said, damn, at this point they should have let the Mavs. Nah, the Mavs couldn't do nothing with this. I said what should have happened is the Mavs should have let the Kings win, and the Kings should have dismantled the Grizzlies, and maybe then we would have got something better.
Gotta got something
Cause
better.
that was doo doo. That was
Right.
doo doo. So I could see that. I could see that. I think with all the blowouts we have witnessed thus far, the Pacers versus the Bucks, that was a 20-point difference, pretty much 19. Um, the Timberwolves versus the Lakers, that was another 20-point game. It was actually 22. Then today, you got the Grizzlies versus the Thunder. That's a 51-point difference, and it could have easily been a 60 or 70-point loss had they left the big boys out there.
Right.
The Magic versus the Celtics. That's almost a 20-point loss. It was 17. And then the Heat versus the Cavs, that's a 21-point loss. So I think you definitely, with a 51-point loss, you take home with a grand slam swing the Thunder versus the Grizzlies. And it's not the Thunder, it's more so the Grizzlies. So this was the by far the worst game one. But we're gonna give that one, we're gonna award that, like give a lot of that credit to the Grizzlies. Cause Ja couldn't do shit. Baines couldn't do shit. Like if you go look at that
They
box
couldn't
score,
do. Nothing, bro.
Like Josh 17, and that's cool, but that's your star, like that's your super. He's a superstar. Ja Morant is a superstar. 17, 3 and 4. That's what you did. Baines 9, 2 with nothing else. And then Jaren Jackson 4, 3, 2, 1. Like, what the fuck? Is this a countdown? Is this a
Look how many,
countdown?
look how many shots Jaren Jackson. How many threes he took,
13. 13 shots.
bro?
What
Was
was your
just
question?
he was just pulling, bro.
You said how many threes?
Yeah, bro. He was
4.
just bro. First three shots, just I'm like, bro, get off the ball. Like,
Bro,
what you
they
trying to?
was 6 for 34 from the 3-point line.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they got smacked, and they hit. They was like they hit the two or three of them in the end of the game when it didn't
Bro,
matter.
and I seen something where like Ja, like we'll never play this horrible again, and all this other stuff, and of course the Thunder, like yeah, we can't expect the series to be this way. We 100% acknowledge they're gonna come out better, but when you look at y'all Thunder, granted you got Hardenstein 14. I told you I love to see Hardenstein. Hardenstein 14, 8 and 5 with one steal. Cool.
That's a regular
Chet
game.
19, 10, 2 and 1 with 2 blocks. Cool. Jalen Williams, 25, 6 with 3 steals, 1 block. Cool. But SGA, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 blocks. SGA can give you 50. SGA could damn easily give you 30, average 30 for the season. So when you say we gonna play better,
SGA was trying to get him 30.
but when you say SGA only played 23 minutes, when you
Yeah.
say he ain't play a whole half, when
No,
you
I'm saying,
say
and at first, when he was out there, that normal first quarter, when he played the whole first 12 minutes, and he was out there 1 for 7.
yeah, he
So
was,
he
but
was trying to get him. He was
yeah,
trying, but everybody else was hooping, so
yeah,
it was cool. They was blowing them out in the first quarter,
facts,
blowing them out, bro. They came out in one quarter. I looked at the quarter score; it was like 20-5 in the quarter.
bro. So that's what I'm saying. So when you say Grizzlies, we can play better, SGA can play better. SG,
They could play better too. Like yeah, like
yeah.
Hardenstein, that's a regular
When
game for Hardenstein. He could
when
do
when you
that
look,
all series.
you got this from Hardenstein in 21 minutes. You got that from Chet in 21 minutes. Chet,
Y'all
Jalen
don't have
Williams,
anybody to guard Jalen.
SGA, and Dort, they all easily playing 30 minutes. All easily playing 30 minutes.
They
And
don't
they
have
none of them
anybody to
played,
guard
none
Jalen.
of them played outside of Jalen Williams, none of them played over a half. None of them played over 24 minutes, 24 minutes or more outside of Jalen Williams. So yeah, y'all could play better Memphis Grizzlies, but you gotta understand, so can the Thunder. It may not look the same as far as being better as them scoring 150.
But they too little. They are too little. They are too little. The Memphis Grizzlies are too little. And that's what a 7-4 Zach Edey down there. What you seen today is y'all are too little.
But
Nobody
Zach
on y'all
Edey,
team can guard
bro, y'all let Chet be a rebounder. Don't let Chet be a
that's what
rebounder
I'm
this
saying.
series.
Yeah, I got somebody 7-4. We got somebody 7-2. We got another guy that's 7 foot that as a rebounder. He's a big man. Jaren Jackson is a three that grew to be that grew to be 7 foot. He is not a real big. So when
3 rebounds,
mind
bro.
he gonna give you 14 and 10. That's a regular 14 and 8. That's a every night thing. Cause I ain't shooting no threes and all of that. I'm catching rebounds and putting it back. I'm bread and butter, baby. So with Jaren Jackson not hitting them threes and he ain't hitting his jumpers, yeah, I gonna have a long night. I'm telling you, because when they go on the other end, you 6'4", 6 foot. They 6'7", 6'7". How tall is Jalen Williams? 6'5", 6'6", 6.
Jalen Williams 6'6".
They 6'7", 6'5". And y'all can't do nothing with them.
Oh, Jalen
Bane
Williams, they got him
can't
six
guard
five.
Jalen Williams. Bane can't guard Jalen Williams. Ja can't guard Shea. Lou Dort can guard both of y'all.
Yeah, all of
Shea
y'all.
can guard both of y'all. Jalen can guard both of y'all.
All of
Like
y'all.
all these teams can guard all of y'all.
Yeah.
And y'all can't
And
guard. Y'all can maybe guard Lou Dort.
And I see the Thunder winning. But I looked at it, I'm like, I think that'll be an electrifying matchup. You got Ja Morant, SGA, and when this shit happened, I said, oh, Ja
Because this is
Morant
the
probably
thing.
needed
This is
some
the
more
thing.
ankle injections or something.
Their bench is all gonna give you 4, 5, 6. They solid. So when he really give you a 30-point game like he normally do, and Jalen go give you 25, and then Hardenstein give you a regular 14, and they bench give you 4, 5, 6, you gonna need John Bain to go. I mean, John Bain to go give you 30 apiece. Jaren Jackson to give you 20, just to even match just the four players over there. Three players,
Yeah,
4, 5. Like you need them to go who?
yeah,
Because SGA by himself can give you whatever John gonna put up and 8 points of Bane's points.
yeah. Oh yeah,
And
that 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 was
yeah,
a
that ain't
ugly
good.
game one.
Because the last thing you need is Chet to get 19 points. Because who guarding Chet now?
Yeah,
Like when Chet get the cooking, Jaren Jackson got to stay in the paint. He got to guard Hardenstein. Who y'all don't have no size to guard 7-2. Y'all too little to guard their wings. He's
yeah,
7-2 just roaming. Literally just out there just roaming. Like there's nobody out here for me. Jaren Jackson got to stay with Hardenstein. Y'all two got to guard them. Who y'all got on me? And then Lou just sitting there ready to snipe stuff, like ready to
yeah.
snipe. They they could literally run up 70 points and a half on them every game in this series. 35-point quarters, first two quarters of every game. They could run a 35-point, 40-point quarters every game. Like y'all don't even have the bodies to run with them. Y'all don't have the size. Ja gonna have to play out of his mind, and he's playing against the MVP. Like it don't matter how much you play out of your mind. You playing against Shea. He can do that
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Go get you 40. Okay, I can do that too. Like,
So, out of all the games we done witnessed, which game played out as expected? Like, this is exactly what I thought was gonna happen.
the Nuggets and the Clippers.
Oh boy.
That's prime time basketball over there. And I knew, like everybody, like I know the Nuggets fine, but I told everybody, like them Clippers, even though did the Clippers lose, right?
Yeah, yes, yes.
Even though they lost, I'm like, I, they might beat y'all, like they might beat y'all, bro.
Yeah.
Like
From
they can beat y'all. That was good basketball, bro. They were hooping. They was hooping, and the Nuggets was down all game, bro.
game. And you got a lackluster performance from MPJ.
Oh hell yeah, they had to
Lackluster.
sit him down. They had to sit
Yeah.
his ass. They had to sit his ass
He
down.
wasn't doing shit.
They had to
They
sit his.
had they had little no chin out there, little Christian
Yeah, because
Brown.
Chris, they had to keep Chris out there because he was actually going and doing like all the other stuff, and you couldn't sit Westbrook down. It's hard in a playoff game if this much. I don't care if you 6'10". He plays 6'10". You just grew to be 6'10".
Yeah.
You don't play 6'10".
Yeah, because the way Aaron Gordon was playing, Aaron Gordon was like that.
That's
I
what
could
I'm
tell
saying.
Aaron
Like
Gordon was the fool.
so, it's like since we got AG. You ain't hitting no jumpers. You ain't trying. You ain't running the floor. You ain't trying to be 6'10" and go dunk on
Telling you
nobody.
what it is with that man. He got too many family issues and his name on that trade block.
He got
And
too much going on. These
his
playoffs
mental
gonna
stability, like he just not there mentally. Like I want to be here, but I just got too much stuff. Like you got to think that year when Kyrie Irving said, "Yeah, I love black basketball, but it's a lot bigger things. I got bigger priorities than basketball." And that's when you going through the stuff with his dad, things at the crib, all that. Like people got stuff going on, bro. So it's not going. If it ever come out, like this is what was going on, I'll be like, bro, I told y'all that man had a lot going on, and basketball was no longer at the top.
But this is probably why a lot of people was in the locker room was mad at Mike Malone because of how he loved Westbrook.
Yeah.
And how Joker loves Westbrook and how the star loves Westbrook. Because Westbrook walk in, he the least paid person in the room.
Yeah.
But outside of Jokic, I'm the most accomplished player in his jersey. So yeah, you make 50 million and MPJ and AG, you make a lot of money. But Jokic, the leader, handpicked me. The coach liked me. So if I'm coming in, yeah, I make 4 million and I'm supposed to be bowing down and y'all champions, but I still show up at 6 in the morning before everybody get here. I still
Yeah.
work harder than y'all. I still take extra shots. I run the extra lines. And now y'all don't like me because the coach and Yoke like me because I'm working harder than y'all because I'm trying to get some more playing time. I'm hungry.
Yeah. I'm trying to reestablish that respect on my name.
You know what I'm saying? I'm hungry and I play that way and I work out that way and I train that way and I get in and y'all don't and you can tell MPJ he not a fan of that. He's not a fan.
Nah.
He yeah, with all the other stuff he got going on, and you just set me for him. MPJ might be in a different jersey coming soon. Like,
MPJ KD swap.
I don't think he gonna like that. But they got the job done still.
Yeah.
And winning with you on the bench can't feel good. Your team coming back and winning, and the dude that they put in, not only that, I can see if they put him in the game, but Jokic hit Jokic did everything to win the game. It's like, okay, next game put me back, I'm back cool. No, he is the only player in history to hit 3 consecutive shots to take his team in a playoff game from losing to winning.
Did you see what he said?
What he say?
When
I
he
hear what he said.
when he hit the shot, he said, I don't know why they do this. I practiced this. I practiced this. I said, tell him Westbrook.
Hey, so
We
that
know
has
why
to
they did it. They
that
said
has
we out of
to
all the shots we live with, it's that
like
motherfuckers.
you clapping on the bench like
He do practice that faithfully. He do.
like good
So
shot, bro.
the one I say was as expected. I would say the Knicks versus the Pistons. That was the one I say that played out as expected. It was a good game. I know it shows as a double digit loss, but it was a nail biter up until a certain point.
Yeah.
The Pistons pulled away, but they used. Now they just got punched on the chin. Now they have to grow and mature. Now they got this experience. Just because we're up, that don't mean anything. We gotta close out that game. Whereas the Knicks may not be the Knicks like the Cowboys of the NBA. Like they always amongst the names of the teams, but it's just when it gets to a certain point, the Knicks don't make it past that point. The Knicks,
Yeah, the Knicks,
the
New York really don't have home court. They don't really have actual home court advantage, which sucks because they have the Garden, but the Garden is a museum basically.
it's for
Like
everybody.
it's for everybody. So if
Yeah.
somebody else gets to cooking, and if Steph go to the Garden and get the cooking, they gonna cheer for Steph.
MVP.
LeBron go to the Garden, they just
MVP.
there for
Yeah.
entertainment. So
When
and
we
then when
going
you
to
get
New York.
playoff prices, they just so y'all if they boo you if you suck, like they're not actually like so
Yeah.
it's not really home court advantage. The Pistons they get the cooking like it's a an environment, but it's not like going to the Warriors, going to the Kings, going to LA, going to Miami. Like it ain't going to OKC. Like it ain't like going and playing in them environments.
Yeah.
Like you kicking it, like you walking down Spike Lee giving you a five. You just hit a jumper on a team, like all the celebrities here, Jay Z, like
Yeah.
he kicking it. So it's different. Like the Knicks don't
Yeah.
really have that advantage, so they better go win. They have the team advantage though.
Yeah. They
Wait,
got
wait,
the
wait. In
experience.
this series, do the Knicks have the superstar advantage?
Superstar, yes, because there's no superstar on the Pistons, but a
Hey,
superstar is
brother,
being
hey,
born.
Cunningham.
He's being born. He's not there yet.
No, bro. Listen, I
Not there
remember
yet.
watching Wade go in that 2006, and it was like, yeah, he nice, but he's still. And then when he was there, 30 what, 36, 39 points a game in the finals, K might be better,
But
be
he
the
not a
best player
superstar
on the
yet.
floor.
He not a
He might
superstar
be
yet.
the best player on the floor in that series. Jalen coming
So
back from injury, so I haven't, but we don't usually, last season when Jalen was on in that jersey, he was the best player on the court
yeah.
in most every series until he got to Boston. That's not Boston looked like they unfair, bro. The way
So
they just
for
Boston look
me,
unfair.
the next one is the best series so far. So with that being said, best series so far, I'm giving it to the Clippers and the Nuggets.
Yeah.
That's why I couldn't do the last one. The Clippers and the Nuggets, the best series so far. But something tells me that Pacers Bucks is about to spice up. Would you
Yeah.
agree? Clippers and
Actually,
Nuggets, best series so far?
yeah, good luck at it.
I feel like it's about to spice up with the Pacers and the Bucks because D. Lil told Halliburton, "I'm on your ass. I'm gonna bust your ass." Because Halliburton's running off at the mouth, and D. Lil ain't like that he had to sit on that side in them ADs and just kind of take it as is. But he got cleared to play. D. Lil ramping up. D Lil about to get active. So I imagine D Lil finna go out there and he finna be like, what's all that noise? So I think it's finna get really interesting with the Pacers and the Bucks.
Yeah.
So,
That's
and
fire.
my last question, what was the most impressive performance? And this is a team or a player. Who had the most impressive performance?
Right now, for me,
Yes.
I'm going with Derek White.
Derek White. What was his stats?
I don't know, he had 30 and something because them other two boys didn't show up. But that's why, and they still look like the best team in basketball. Or I'm gonna go with Ty Jerome. One of
Ty,
them
Jer-
two,
Ty Jerome.
because they not the expected. I was gonna talk about watching Bonchero and Franz actually, have decent games even though they lost. But
Uh-huh.
watching Eric White show up and like by himself basically, I got it, boy. Y'all don't want to play no ball. I got it, boys. Because Montero had 30, Derek White had 30 and held them boys off. And Jalen Brown and JT had 17 and 16.
Yeah. Ty Jerome, 28 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. That's Ty Jerome. Derek White had where Derek White at? Derek White, 30 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. So he was a stat sheet stuffer. But I'm
Yeah, that's
looking
what I'm
at
saying.
Jaden McDaniels on the Timberwolves.
Oh, yeah.
25 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 0 turnovers. 11 for 13 from the field, 3 for 3 from the 3 point. I gotta acknowledge Jaden McDaniels in that performance because he outdid Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards 8 for 22 and had 22 points. So Anthony Edwards is so good at basketball that he found the 1 point shot on the court. That's how good he was at basketball. 22 shots, 22 points. Adam Silver don't add a 4 point
All right.
line. He found a 1 pointer.
All
So,
right. All right.
so I could go with a
That
Derek
boy,
White. I can go with
sometimes
a
you have
Derek
yourself
White.
a night.
Huh?
I said, sometimes you have yourself a night. You never know. Them boy, all the ones we mentioned, they had themselves that's a great way to start your playoff.
But you know
Because
why it's
what,
that way.
Derek White at home, Cleveland at home, and I guess, but the Lakers, David McDaniels done that on the road.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's one thing
But
for
you
your role players to play good at home. We know that's usually what you bank on. Your role players playing
yeah.
better at home than on the road. But Jalen McDaniels showed up on that road.
And the Timberwolves showed out. And you know why it was that way? Because we gonna game plan for Anthony Edwards, Rudy Gobert, and Julius Randle. We gonna game plan for Porzingis, JT, and JB. we gonna game plan for D Mitch and Evan Mobley and Darius Garland. But on those teams, the culture is go be great. That's the culture. They looking at any and everybody and saying you could do it too. Go be great. They ain't game planning for y'all. You might not even cross their damn mind. You look at their clipboard, your name probably ain't on that paper. But we know who you are and we know who you is. Go be great. And I think that's like very big for those players. Because you put those players on a different team where they say, hey, you starting to get outside the lines. Yeah, you dropped 30, but sit your ass down. We ain't got you here for 30. We got you here to fucking pass that person the ball. They may be in something like that, but not to that degree because they're able to go and flourish. And that's what these teams need to allow these young bucks to do, go flourish in these NBA playoffs.
Ready? Hope you pack shit up with God, cause we gon' bless you. Let it burn. You